G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an automatic cannon. Specifically, it's a Colt Mk.40 L45 automatic cannon. Do you remember the M20A1 whale gun that I did back in February, the bolt-action anti-tank rifle? Well, this is pretty much the same thing. The main difference is that it's fully automatic and not bolt-action, and it's slung above your shoulder. It's a shoulder-mounted auto cannon firing 20mm rounds. This is provided by the munitions mod, but yeah, that goes without saying. This is going to be quite powerful, don't you think? Now, it's not going to show it now, but we're going to tune this thing up a little bit and get it up and running. And the lore reasons for this thing's existence are pretty much the same as the whale gun. Basically, when they developed power armor, they're a little bit worried that those Chinese sons of bitches might be developing and deploying power armored soldiers of their own. So they went back to the tried and true method of anti-tank rifles, just like the first few years of the Second World War, you know, before tank armor became sufficiently advanced to stop all of those rounds that they were firing. But they would have found that the 20mm rounds would have been sufficient enough to penetrate through most power armored soldiers. So to that effect, they developed a man-portable solution to this. Just a big gun to this for God to carry around to shoot at power armor guys to, you know, penetrate the armor, kill the user inside, neutralize the target. Pretty simple stuff. In addition to that, adding more to that World War II vibe, this thing is actually based off a real-life weapon called the Bofors 40mm automatic cannon, which was a Swedish-made gun. Obviously, 40mm is a little bit bigger than 20mm, but there's certain design elements you can see from that has been taken, particularly around the barrel area where you can see like the spring underneath it for what I would assume to be like recoil reduction, which is kind of cool. So this thing is designed like... it's superb. I love this thing. It's awesome. Chef's kiss. But we don't need no wheels to carry this thing around. We're in the 23rd century, baby. We've got power armor. So instead of having a whole squad to carry around and operate this thing, you could just give it to one guy in power armor. They can carry all the ammo around they want. They're in a giant armored suit powered by hydraulics. And that is where you get this thing's full potential. Or you could just have a super strong blonde shield carried around. That works too. Okay, attachment time. Let's go for maximum DPS on this thing. We'll start off with the receivers, and yep, there's some automatic receivers there. Beautiful. See, the standard automatic gives us almost 1400 DPS points, which is awesome, but if we scroll even further down, we go for a powerful automatic receiver, which gives us 1700. Powerful piercing receiver, which gives you a little bit of bleed damage, represented here by the poison drop. That's interesting. Powerful piercing auto receiver, and an overpowered receiver there, which is going to reduce your DPS but maximize your damage per shot. But check this out. The powerful rapid auto receiver will give us 2700 points of DPS. Granted, our damage is not going to be quite as good as an overpowered receiver, but that DPS is brilliant. And next up, we've got the barrels. We're starting off with a short barrel. You can have it as stub if you want to reduce the weight of this thing. Not by very much, though. There's also longer barrels that'll increase your range. And there's long sniper barrels if you feel like it. And also the lighter long barrel, which, again, like the weight here, you're not really losing much. So you may as well throw on the longest barrel you possibly can. This light sniper barrel seems to be doing the job. 339 range is massive. Now, it's worth mentioning that you can get this thing to fire hit scan projectiles. I think that's a little bit too easy. A little bit of lead time, I think, makes this weapon feel better anyway because it's a giant cannon, so I've left that normal. But this range, you probably, like, that's probably overkill. You probably don't ever need to have that much range, but it's going to make my accuracy and VATS over range pretty much as good as it gets, so that's what we'll do, despite its, you know, AP usage, it might increase. Next, we've got the grips. This one just changes the foregrips. A light grip there, which will reduce it by 1 pound, and a heavy grip just changes your better aiming with scopes and all of that. Pick whatever one looks the coolest. I think the standard grip honestly looks the best, so we'll keep it on that one. And now we get to the magazines. You can have a standard magazine, make that smaller if you feel like it, makes your reloads faster and reduces the weight again. Medium, and there's also a large and quick eject variant of that, and also a drum magazine with a quick eject variant of that. Since we're going to be firing our shots rapidly, it makes a lot of sense to throw in a high capacity magazine so we can sit through less reload animations as we're killing everything. And now we've got the sights. You can have iron sights that you see right now, gunner sights, which will give you more of a sort of a minigun look there, which is kind of cool. And there's also reflex sights, combat scopes, and scopes of varying magnifications, night vision scopes as well. And there's also a ballistic shield, which according to this increases your damage resistance. Honestly, if you get this thing right, nothing's going to be damaging you that much anyway, but I suppose that kind of looks cool. Kind of like a Panzer Shrek back in the day. Let's go for a reflex sight though, and it gives you this cool reticule. It kind of looks like something you'd find out of Borderlands 2 in a Torg weapon. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but that's what it reminds me of. We'll have a look through that one a little bit later. Next, we've got the muzzles. You can have no muzzles if you feel like it, and then a compensator, a muzzle boost, which will improve your fire rate. Yes. And we've also got the muzzle brake, recoil control, and advanced versions. There's also a bayonet here. Now, if you're close enough to poke something with a bayonet, well, you're way too close. You've got to step back because you might hurt yourself when you use this thing. There's also options for a suppressor down here. And yes, you can suppress a 20mm round. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But that'll increase our damage per shot, but reduce our DPS because we're taking down about maybe, what 50% of our fire rate there. So yeah, we're going to keep this thing rocking now. 4100 damage now. That's nuts. We've got a legendary effect if you feel like using it. Something like 2-shot on this thing would be absolutely disgusting. Something like, well, is that the best DPS for 2-shot? I think that's higher than what we get out of Rapid. Yeah, wow, okay. Let's not do anything like that. And now you can get different types of ammunition. We'll go for a high explosive arm piercing. Ignores line of sight. Cool. There's also high explosive, high capacity, which, what, high capacity explosives. Are they smaller? You get more capacity out of it. Actually loses us a little bit of damage and a significant amount of DPS. This depleted uranium round is kind of cool. A little bit of extra radiation flavored damage. Only effective against human targets, but still that's kind of cool. There's training practice, not explosive, heavy impact damage. So if you want to use this thing as more of like a sniper that doesn't explode everyone around it, if you feel like it, then that's an option. There's also semi-piercing explosive incendiary. It gives you a bunch of energy damage, a little bit of flavor there. Will actually increase our DPS according to this thing by a significant amount, but we'll just go for standard high explosive armor piercing. And now we can change the look of this thing. So armor green, I suppose, is standard. Then you got Brotherhood of Steel, which looks really cool. Enclave, which has the Enclave insignia on that side, and there's also Gunner Green, which has a Gunner skull instead of the star there, which I think is kind of neat as well. And it's gonna be one day they're gonna actually use all of the Nuka World gang raiders and their signs and stuff for their paints of the weapon, but today is not that day, but I'm going to will it into existence. Someone at some point is going to do it, but let's go for Enclave because that looks cool. You also get chrome effects as well on your reflex sights and on your magazines as well. It's more pronounced when you use a different magazine, but sort of more subtle on the drum magazine. And that's pretty much it. That's our rapid assault cannon. I'll go find some more. There's probably some uniques getting around. I'll show you where they are, and then we'll shoot stuff. The automatic cannon is injected onto level list. You'll find it in vendors on gunners at level 50. At level 45, Brotherhood of Steel soldiers will be carrying this around. You can find it on legendary drops at level 50. And there's also an Enclave and Remnants patch, which allows them to carry this around, probably with the Enclave paint job. Anyways, we'll buy that. There's also a unique legendary to be found. We're here in Far Harbor, just not too far away from Rock Point Camp. There it is on the map. There's the Children of Adam Shrine. The Nucleus and Far Harbor Sporting Point is all the way over there. So happy trails. But you got to find this boy out in the middle of the ocean here. So make sure you grab your togs. We haven't, but we're going to go down there anyway. And swim directly under it. You'll find a mystery box with AC 115 Thresher. Gather his wheat into the barn and burning up the chaff with unquenchable fire. 25% faster fire rate, 50% faster recoil, minus 15% recoil. Well, I suppose this will be our super fast one now, won't it? I said 15% faster reload. Shut up. Now, if you want to be lazy and get these things, type in CRC space QA smoke into your console commands and find this trunk here. It's got everything you need. All of the mods are also included, and also they don't mention this on the mod page, but it also comes with a bayonet, a free little melee weapon. You can't improve it or do anything with it on a workbench, but I suppose we'll carry it around if we want to poke something with a knife. Okay, we're outside of the Immersive Gunners Plaza. Here is our autocannon in first person, and that's what it looks like with the reflex sight. Again, that's like a Torg weapon from Borderlands, right? Anyway, so this has got the, it's got a slight roll change. This thing's firing the dummy rounds now, so no explosions will happen, which is good for close quarters combat. I've also made the barrel shorter for that supreme VATS usage, or VAFs, I suppose. Now keep in mind, this is still not a hit scan projectile even with these, so the damage output on this thing is going to be significantly less than everything else, but we'll work with it and see how we go. This is sniper status with the Brotherhood of Steel thing, so it's got a big scope on the front of it, or in the middle of it, and apparently there's no scope sway whatsoever, even when I'm not crouched. Fascinating, but yeah, this thing fires slow. The overpowered receive, that's about as fast as I can get it, which is still plenty fast and good DPS, but with the burning one over here, well, hold on to your butts, because look. That's how fast this thing fires. And of all its glorious fiery explosions. So I've given this the muzzle booster and the rapid powerful auto receiver just to give it that maximum DPS. And on the thing here, on the Thresher, we're getting a DPS of just under 6,000. And lastly, there's a knife. It's got bayonet animation, so it's slow, very slow indeed, but I suppose it'll come in handy if I'm close range and I need to reload this thing, but that's pretty much it. Let's snipe first, I guess, and we'll see what we can do. No, not that one, this one. This is the only one that I've got with a suppressor. I suppose we'll look at these things in third person in a second, but goodbye. Oh, we're in danger. Well, honestly, I probably didn't need the sneak criticals anyway. No. Also, these explosions ignore line of sight, so wall bang. Goodbye. So long. See you later. No cover for you. Plenty of splash damage to go around for everyone. Everyone gets 20 mils. We're handing them out like Oprah. Behind the tree? I don't think so, buddy. Sandbags? No. We get a nice smell of burning meat as we clean up the rest of these gunners. Let's not lose focus entirely here, but yep, another wall bang there. Goodbye. That was fun, wasn't it? It's almost over. I suppose we'll hit some more targets and we'll bring out our close quarters blaster here. We'll grapple right up here and see what we can do. Or I could just keep doing this. I don't know. Kind of feel like this thing might be just a little bit overpowered. Might be a little bit unbalanced. The tiniest amount. Now, obviously, if you're playing on something like Survival, you wouldn't be able to carry like 30,000 20mm rounds off on you like that. Oh, check out that, by the way. I got some cinematic kills. Unfortunately, it was kind of undermined by some animation quirks that I've run into whilst using this thing. And we'll take a quick break from combat. We've barely been hit at all. But this is what it looks like in third person. The shorter barrel makes it look a lot more wieldy. But if I go over to a longer barrel, then crikey. Big gun. And here's the fiery, burny Thresher. Check out what happens in third person when you fire this thing in automatic. Hang on, I was doing it before. You all saw it. Oh, wait, you gotta aim down sights and do it. Sorry. And to give you an idea of what happens, this is what happens when you fire this thing aiming down sights in third person. You way to look over your shoulder there. Okay, silliness aside, let's keep going. And you know what? May as well use this thing at point blank range. I'm sure we're not being completely showered in blood right now. Whoops, need to reload. Oh, this is the perfect moment. We'll poke him with a stick. Take this, and this, and this. Oh, everything's coming up Millhouse right now. Anyways, we'll use our super mega ultra fire rate one now, and not utilize any of this fire rate because we don't need to. Whoa, Invisible Man comes up out of nowhere. Legit couldn't see him. So that's good. I'm glad he sort of stopped and propped there for a second. I should be able to reach out and destroy all of these guys without even breaching here. Is it the shockwave that's getting them? Probably. Look, I've had problems with this thing. When I fire at too low angle, sometimes the projectiles explode directly under me. Like right there, right there. There's no reason, no way this projectile is actually doing that, right? I don't know, sometimes it's just a little bit iffy like that, but it seems to be mostly okay now. You know, it's easy to blow yourself up using a weapon like this, so, you know, be cautious about it. By the way, we've got a different hairstyle. We're rocking some items from Vitor Wardrobe 10. This is top 8. And it's a Heartbreaker skirt, but I give it a yellow belt to match the necklace there, the gold necklace. And we've got a bit of a black and white theme going on. Winds will take the scarf this week, though. Okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We're doing this properly, damn it. And that includes full autoing. Oh, I can barely control the recoil. Okay, we'll try in third person. Yes. Ooh. And the camera ratcheted down there. I don't even need sneak criticals for this. Goodbye. Alright, now I've got a bunch of rust devils to deal with. Yeah, how's that cover working for you? Not very well. I mean, think about it like this, right? Like, they're hiding behind a tree. I'm shooting the tree with 20mm round. Like, I don't care how much radiation and fallout is soaked into that tree over there. That's not stopping a 20mm round, like, ever. Also, it doesn't work with classic holstered weapons. By default, the weapon mod doesn't work with heavy guns for reasons that you might find obvious. It kind of looks silly, walking around with a giant cannon on your back. A Fat Man, it kind of works, but I think it'd be a little bit too much with this. And something's wrong with your eyes. I need to reboot. Okay, good. She doesn't look completely insane anymore. She looks fine. Alright, well, here's what's going to happen now. We're going to go, like, full sniper mode on these guys. And we're going to get some gun fu happening here. Cover, we've already established that that's, like, not a thing anymore. We can just ignore that. We'll just VAFs these guys a little bit. A little bit hard to hit these spindly little targets, but, whoop, they've decided to go away. Uh-oh, that bloatfly, he's in a bit of strife. Come here. Oh, nice. I can sort of track the shell like this, which is really cool. You can see the trajectory a little bit easier. And there we go. I don't know if I'm going to keep using that cinematic thing, but I think that's kind of cool. It uses some of the VATS camera angles to do the job, but yeah, that kind of work. Speaking of VATS, we haven't really used it yet, so let's do that. Okay, welcome to the glowing sea. We're going to do this a little bit more close and personal. So, hello ghouls, welcome to the ghoul piss pool. It happens, and this is kind of awkward. We're still in combat here. Now the camera's been dunked in the ghoul piss pool. Oh, there he goes. Oh, not cool, bro. It took me out of VAFs. That's bad. That's bad for gun fu. Anyways, here we go. Let's see how you deal with all of this. Go for some headshots here. Oh, he's gone for his revive animation. Couldn't get the job done.
Calm down. I know you. Kill.
There we go. I've recruited him to my team. I think that the recoil there incurred some wild whiplash there. Now, are you gonna still be my friend? Good man. I might need you for distracting. Oh, hang on. Don't worry, I've got this. Okay, now time for actual VATs. Let's see how we go against Mr. Bloodbug over here. That extended VATS burst completely drops him. Oh, yeah. Alright, he's dead. Job's done. Now we've got to deal with all of the other insected. Swing and a miss. I'm actually curious to see who wins this. I'm going to back the Withered Feral. He doesn't seem to be able to get... He doesn't seem to get near him. We'll speculate later. Anyways, thanks for your help, Mr. Ghoul. But your services are no longer needed. Okay, I'm going to find a Mylurk Queen. Make it multiple. I'll take 5 of them. Okay, so as it turns out, there's a little bit more than 5 there, but don't worry, we've got this all under control. So firstly, I guess we'll just start sending some 20mm shells down there and see what we can come up with. We'll try to concentrate all of our fire on the nearest starship, bring that one down, And as she comes a little bit closer, we'll be able to use the this thing's intended range. See, when you're using a big thing like this, or when you're fighting a gigantic target like this, you don't have to worry about missing quite so much. I'm seeing my VATS is a little bit slower thanks to this overly cinematic mod. That's fine though. It's like all buggy and weird, glitchy. Now they're way too close. Okay, now it gets a little bit more scary, but we can keep him at bay using this one. You stay away from me. Ow. Some of these shots are doing 500. That's pretty good. We might be able to get full proper VATS bursts. We're going to suffer in terms of our accuracy. This might actually be a mistake here. Because I'm going to get absolutely showered in acid while standing here. So is it a 3-round burst because I'm not using the powerful auto rapid anymore? Yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty good. Oh, Mysterious Stranger. That's great. But standing here, not super healthy. You got to keep moving. And this is a wasted crit. Bad time. Really pushing this thing's out to its maximum range here. Could have used a longer barrel. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's do this. The best thing about it going through line of sight is that it'll clip through other Mirelurk Queens and I'll collect damage on about 4 or 5 of the bastards when I'm doing this. And you really wouldn't like me when I'm angry, just saying. Alright, here we go, Nerd Rage. Just bring it home. One remains. Yep, it's normal. It's a spine-altering recoil. Should have worn power armor, I think. Okay, so that was it for our autocannon. I think you get the idea. Might be a tad overpowered, but ton of fun to use. If you want to balance this properly, play on survival so you can't carry around all these rounds, and maybe have a carry weight that's more limited, more realistic on survival. It doesn't allow you to carry around 3 of the bastards. Still fun. Check it out if you want. If you want a more balanced approach to a anti-tank rifle, then check out the whale gun mod. I feel like that one's a little bit more, a little bit less crazy, but not as fun, subjectively speaking. But, you know, your fun's probably not going to last super long if you're running around with a god gun like this. So, use it in moderation. Bring it out when there's something really scary that's running at you, I think, and then you'll be just fine. Or maybe limit the amount of ammo you can carry around to make it not cheese everything like you've seen in this video. But if you want to see this weapon in your game, check out the link in the description. It'll be down there. Thank you very much for watching, guys.